16 minutes after 6, a good morning. We're well below zero, but heading for the upper teens for high temperatures today as we prepare to check out the weather forecast. A reminder coming up in just a few minutes, right after the weather, a conversation that Joshua Smith had with Joy Clancy, who is Dean of Students at Rivendell Academy. She chatted with Joshua a couple of weeks ago, so we'll listen to that in just a few minutes. But right now, though, the morning drive weather from the Fairbanks Museums brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. And that's a really big deal, as in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus that comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group, and that's a really good deal. Being in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus comes with no charge with a purchase or lease of every vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. What does that mean for you? 2 years of unlimited scheduled maintenance, unlimited oil filter changes and tire rotations, lifetime state inspections, and so much more. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and a Big Deal Plus. WellsRiverChevy.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, highs from the mid-teens to around 20, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a snow shower, lows from 0 to 5 above. Saturday, mostly cloudy, slight chance of an early snow shower, highs in the mid to upper teens, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Another cold morning we wake up to. Temperatures well below zero here in the listening area, climbing up to the mid and upper teens for high temps today. We're 18 minutes after 6. That is an updated look at the weather. It's brought to you this time by Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. And that is a really big deal with the same great people, same great experience, and the Big Deal Plus on the web at wellsriverchevy.com. Check it out. Conversation with Joy Clancy, Dean of Students at Rivendell. We'll listen to that right after this.
Is your current propane provider out of state, hard to reach, or has closed their office to the public? It might be time for a change. At Thompson Fuels, we are the community's local choice for propane and heating oil. When you call or stop by our Bradford office, you get to speak to a real person. No call centers, no 4-hour wait time. Call or stop by today to join hundreds of your neighbors who have switched to Thompson Fuels for this heating season. We'll get you switched over to Thompson fast. Visit us today at thompsonfuels.com.
So we're talking with Joy Clancy, who is the Dean of Students here at Rivendell Academy. So Joy, thanks for joining us. Can you tell our listeners a bit about your role as the Dean of Students at Rivendell Academy and what a typical day looks like for you?
Sure, Josh. Thank you. Well, the Dean of Students is something like an assistant principal. I think every school has a different way of naming that sort of second chair position. But it's that old, position that's charged with behavior and attendance and those kinds of things. But really, I like to think of myself as a better choices coach because really I'm still an educator. I started out as the art teacher here in 1997, and I went off and became an administrator and came back, but it doesn't take the teacher out of you. And so what I strive to do here, as I said, is to teach, better choice making because that's going to get our students further along toward their goals in life, and it's going to make my life a lot more pleasant too.
Right. So how do you and your team work to create a safe and welcoming environment for all the students here at Rivendell?
I think primarily we get to know our students. We are a small school, as you know, and that really is a strength for us because there really are no students here who are strangers to us. I can say that I know the name of every single student in this building.
Wow.
And something about them. And so, getting to know students, really listening and teaching listening skills helps us get to know students and help them get to know each other. And, we are a restorative practices environment. We really intentionally teach conflict resolution. And so, we really don't we have a lot of dialogue here that helps to make sure that students are able to talk about whether they feel safe and talk to each other when things come up that maybe are not as safe for some of the students,
Right.
language and that kind of thing. But we're a really tight community here.
So attendance and conduct can be a challenge in any school. How does Rivendell approach these in a way that kind of supports students' growth?
Well, I think, again, the caring and connecting is where we keep students wanting to come to school. We also work very hard with our flexible pathways efforts to meet students where they are. If they are needing to do, some different kinds of work to achieve their high school diploma, we work with them. But I think that, essentially having this place be somewhere that's caring and fun and personalized, students want to be here and safe too. We really don't have the kind of attendance problems that I've noticed at other schools. So I'm really proud of the fact that our students want to be here.
So if you're just joining us, we're talking to Joy Clancy, who's the Dean of Students here at Rivendell Academy. And so you mentioned earlier, Joy, about restorative practices. And they seem to be a focus now for a lot of schools. How can you share how Rivendell uses these with the students and families?
Absolutely, Josh. Primarily, restorative practices is founded on, the idea that any kind of challenging behavior or violation of community norms also affects the relationships in a community. And so making things right, really reflecting on the mistake that you've made, and making things right, and really talking. There's a lot of dialogue in restorative practices, but it starts with having the person who's made a mistake really reflect and understand the impact of their behavior. I have a lot of conversations about the difference between intent and impact. I may have intended to be funny, but the impact on someone was anything but funny, and now I need to make things right because there was a misunderstanding between us. We still have consequences here, certainly, but our essential belief is that everyone wants to do well. Everyone will do well if they can, and if they're not doing well, we have a duty to find out why and see what we can do to help that student get to where they feel successful and whole.
What's a recent success story, big or small, that kind of made you proud to be a part of the Rivendell community?
Well, very recently we had, we didn't. There was an article in the Vermont Digger, about a student who graduated just this past June who's studying at Dartmouth College. And it was a wonderful article about, her journey to being, the first in her family to get to start a university education, but reflecting on the challenges that young woman, went through in her own life and how she came out of her shell here at Rivendell Academy. I can remember, her on the senior trip last year at Jay Peak, and she'd never put, skis or snowboard on, and she was just determined that she was going to go down a trail. And, and she felt safe to do that. And, one of her favorite teachers took her up the lift and, she fought her way down and got to, she won the Ava Gallery Art Contest last year. And I think every one of these things, she sort of surprised herself that she could do these things. So the fact that we built that kind of environment where her confidence and her voice could shine like that, and now for her to be at Dartmouth doing, what she dreams of doing, that is an incredible Rivendell success story.
So what's one thing you wish every parent or listener knew about Rivendell?
Well, that we know your kids and we believe in them. We know about their quirks and we know about their challenges, and we hope that you feel comfortable partnering with us, because we want that other leg of the stool, which is so important, the family support out there, to help us to know students even better than we do, because we can meet them where they are and we can get them as far as they can go, as long as we're all pulling together. So
right.
We want to partner with you. That's important.
Good. So if people want to learn more about Rivendell, where's the best place they could go to?
Well, I guess you could start with our website, rivendellschool.org. We also have a Facebook page for Rivendell Academy. And you can schedule a visit or a tour. Just call the office.
Oh, cool.
We love that.
All right. Thank you so much, Joy.
Thank you, Josh.
We're 26 minutes after 6. Coming up, we'll update you on the forecast for the listening area. It's 29 minutes after 6. Good morning. It's a good idea to warm up the vehicle, warm up yourself, and be sure and take care of your pets. It's cold. We're well below zero here in the listening area, anywhere from 5 to 10 below, and maybe even colder in some of those hollows. At later temps today, probably into the mid and upper teens, according to our meteorologist at the Fairbanks Museum. Let's check it out. Compliments of your friends at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where they are part of the Autosaver Group, by the way. And every deal comes with a Big Deal Plus there with a 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life.
So where's the big deal? Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCire from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Wrap Up the Year sales event is here, and we're closing out the year with incredible Jeep deals that you don't want to miss. Right now, you can lease a brand new 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport for just $369 a month for 36 months with zero money down. That's right, zero money down, first payment due at signing, and you're behind the wheel of the legendary Jeep Wrangler, the ultimate year-round adventure machine. With open-air freedom, unbeatable 4x4 capability, and the bold Jeep look everybody loves, it's the perfect time to wrap up the year with something exciting in your driveway. So don't wait. The Wrap Up the Year sales event is going on right now at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Leases for stock number SJJ 26017, 10,000 miles per year, 30,000 total miles, 30 cents per mile over, tax, title, registration extra, first payment due at signing.
Visit us at Memorial Drive just past the railroad tracks or check us out online at St. Johnsbury CDJR today.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, highs from the mid-teens to around 20, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a snow shower, lows from 0 to 5 above. Saturday, mostly cloudy, slight chance of an early snow shower, highs in the mid to upper teens, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Not warming up too much. Temperatures mid to upper teens today, mid to upper teens tomorrow. Meanwhile, below zero as we speak. It's chilly, so be sure to warm up the vehicle before you head out this morning. That is the updated weather. It's brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group. And they are at 200 Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury and online at stjohnsburycdjr.com. All right, we're getting set to head to Fairleigh and see how things are going in this new year with Paul Ordway and Kim at PTO's Repair. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Steve and John.
Happy New Year, man.
New Year.
Yeah. You must have been nuts crazy during the month of December. Snow, ice, sleet.
Oh, yeah.
Hail. What didn't they throw at us, right?
Yeah, everything. The rain, the ice, the snow. It's crazy. The breakdowns. We're still installing new ones for people. It's been crazy.
Well, that ice, that kind of raised havoc with plows, and the sanders are kind of rough on them, isn't it?
Yeah, a little rough on the plows now, but people are getting the rough spots cut off, and yeah, they've been busy with sanders here lately. Man, oh man, parts have been going out the door. It's been crazy. Trying to get stuff back.
Yeah. Of course, are you in good shape for the new year then, in regards to parts and plows?
I will be soon as the holidays are over and we can get some shipments, some stuff delivered.
Okay.
It's been a little crazy here during the holiday, the last 3 weeks at least, getting stuff sent out. I've had some stuff I had ordered 4 weeks ago, and I haven't got it yet. And so I don't know what's going on. A little shortage on parts on the shelf, or people just flooded with orders. Yeah, I got some stuff 4 weeks ago I ordered, and I haven't received it yet. So
where's it come from, Paul?
Most of it comes from Rockland, Maine. Some stuff comes from Madison Heights, Wisconsin. There's a factory out there.
Okay.
A lot of the sanders are done out in Wisconsin now. They used to be done up to Maine, and now Maine is just plows. And so it's a little crazy because stuff gets shipped to Rockland and then shipped back to me, and it's nuts.
Okay.
Just crazy. I don't understand what's taking so long. this last 2 weeks have been the holidays screwing things up. They haven't been shipping trucks or UPS here a couple days. So hopefully we get caught up here next week, get some stuff.
Yep. All right, get rolling into the new year. A lot of people have side-by-side ATV things. Do you have little plows for those guys?
They do. There's a little 6-foot straight blade and a 6-foot V plow you can get for them. I did a couple last year. Haven't done any this year. They're expensive.
Really?
A couple of people have bought them elsewhere cheaper, another brand, obviously. But, there is. And you can go on, like, fisherplows.com or ptosrepair.com. Go up top. You'll see it says E-Match, and it'll say what plow fits what. And you click on ATV or pickup or whatever you're putting a plow on, fill out all the information, and then it will show you pictures of the choices you have.
Right.
And if it stops and won't go to the picture section, that pretty much tells you there is nothing available.
Okay. Are you in good shape in regards to oil and lubricants and hoses for people to have that on board?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yes. Yeah, pretty good. We ordered a lot of gallons of hydraulic fluid back in early order. We've probably got, I would say right now about 15 cases left maybe of the bunch that we ordered. And hoses, I keep ordering those every other day, keep those stocked up.
All right. People are finding you. You got a new location down there.
Yeah, it's going well. People are finding, and when a certain individual calls or something, they may be new or something, we do let them know where we're located, and they find us pretty good.
Yeah, so the traffic light right there in Bradford, you're like 3.6 miles south there.
Yeah, and we're like 2.3 miles north of Fairley Village. So. Okay. It's pretty good. It's right there, wide open on Route 5. Everybody can see it. Had some people come up from Lebanon Way. Lost my days here. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Holidays will do that to you.
Oh, yeah. And they found us okay and got some parts and went back and hopefully got the sanders going.
Right. So you're in business with your wife. What's her responsibilities there?
Oh, most of the time answering the phones and taking messages and handling the bills and all that stuff.
Keeping you out of trouble.
Oh, yeah. Keep me away from the computer as much as possible. And yeah.
All right. So it looks like a pretty good year. We got through that December. Boy, the temperatures continue to be cold, though, don't they?
Oh, my God.
Man.
It's a cold winter.
Yeah, it has been.
Very cold. I think today is probably below zero already.
It is.
Yeah, great.
Right. So we'll be talking with Mark Breen in less than an hour. We'll see what he has to say about what's been going on.
All right. I'll be listening in.
All right. Any last comments?
Well, everybody take care, and we have moved a new number and stuff, so give us a call, and we'll see if we can help you out. And I am going in today, and I will be there tomorrow.
All right.
And give us a call if we can help you out.
All right. PTO's Repair has a new number, still the 222 exchange, but 6152. Write it down.
Write it down, exactly.
Hey, Paul, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Stay warm. And we'll talk later.
All right. Enjoy the weekend, Paul.
All righty. Thank you.
Right. All right. We're 6:39. That's the weekly conversation shortly after 6:30 that we have with Paul at PTO's Repair. Again, they're at their new location, 2320 Route 5 Fairley, 3.6 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford. And what do you say, like 2.5 miles from Fairley Village? You'll find them there. All right, we'll take a break, find out how the Patriots are getting things put together for their big game this weekend, and then we'll take another look at the weather.
Today's Patriot practice begins at 11:30. No practice tomorrow. Patriots favored to win over Miami in the final regular season game on Sunday. This is O-line tackle Morgan Moses.
Every game at this point is a playoff game, so you're always playing for something, and especially towards the end of the season. So we look forward to the challenge, and obviously, they've been hot the last couple of games, and so they're changing their things around. And so, at the end of the day, this is why you play football, is line up between those lines and play football.
Morgan Moses, offensive, defensive, special team star Marcus Jones, surrounded by microphones and cameras.
Yeah, it's very important because every week is different at the end of the day. We've played this Miami team before, but then again, this is a whole different, style with a different quarterback, and they're running, different plays and different formations. So making sure that we dial into the details is the most important thing. First thing is, getting a W, this week and then going from there.
Marcus Jones, no surprise, Patriots favored. 4:25 kickoff at Gillette Sunday.
6:40, and we're below zero, like close to 10 degrees below. Some areas a bit chillier than that in those cold hollows. Temps creeping up mid to upper teens today. In more detail, we'll have a meteorologist at the Fairbanks Museum update you. And don't forget, shortly after 7:30, right after birthdays and anniversaries, we'll be chatting with Mark Breen and find out in more detail what has been going on during the month of December, and maybe he'll have an outlook in regard to January and February. That's shortly after 7:30 this morning. Meanwhile, this weather is being brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation. You could call Chief, line up your projects in the new year at 802-584-3868.
Chief Crushing and Excavation, with plenty of products available that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby Vermont or New Hampshire locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Excavation and land clearing services are also available. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has the knowledge, know-how, and equipment to get the job done right for you. For quarry operating hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, highs from the mid-teens to around 20, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a snow shower, lows from 0 to 5 above. Saturday, mostly cloudy, slight chance of an early snow shower, highs in the mid to upper teens, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And we're well below zero, close to 10 below, and we'll be heading to the mid and upper teens. And there you have it, updated weather, compliments of Chief Crushing and Excavation. Be sure to line up your projects by calling Chief at 802-584-3868. That's 584-3868. A couple of days ago, I had a conversation with Winston Oakes, the owner of Budget Lumber in North Haverhill. We'll be listening to that momentarily, but first, Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton.
Four-wheeling in the mud.
Into a new year, let's find out what's going on at your local Budget Lumber right there, Jeff, Route 10 in North Haverhill, under the historic water tower. We have the owner, Winston Oakes, who has been in business for over a quarter of a century. Can you believe that, Winston?
Hard to believe, ain't it?
At least at that location. Been in business a long time over the years. Man.
Yeah, about 50.
Yeah. All right, so what's the deal? Here we are into January. What's going on at Budget Lumber anyway?
Well, we were kind of hoping that we would be down to pieces in our inventory. However, we have too much inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is just keep it on running the 50 off in January and go for another month and probably even February at the end. It looks like we got enough inventory that we need to last that long.
Mm-hmm.
But, in the end result, we'll probably start taking office and stuff too. So come in, take a look around. If it's something you like, we'll work with you.
You're probably top heavy in doors and windows, I assume.
We're very heavy on doors. Interior doors, I still got tons. I got, however, quite an assortment of entry doors and patio doors that, for some reason, have been kind of sold. But now you can buy a patio door half price. It's a pretty good deal. We got a couple of 5-foot Silverline patio sliding doors, all vinyl. They're around $500-something a piece now, and Cottage, they run $1,200. So it's if you get anything going on, or you think you're going to have something going on, take a look at the inventory, because everything in here is well below cost.
Sure.
And it's all brand name, so it ain't something you're going to be buying. It's made chintzy. We got all Therma-2 doors, and we still got a fair amount of pine doors and slabs left, so anybody's looking for a little bit of pine. Well, like I say, we need to move the stuff, so come take a look.
And this is 50% off as it continues through the month of January.
It is, right.
What about odds and ends stuff? We just mentioned doors and windows. You got anything that comes to mind to just,
I got probably 3,000 Fortress balusters to make railing with in multiple colors from green, white, taupe, rust. There's a bunch of them out there. You can make interior or exterior railings out of them. They're the spindles, of course, balusters. And you can use a treated 2x4 or a piece of cedar and for inside. Or you can use pine for inside, like a log cabin. Will give you a little bit of a breakup in the wood and metal. So,
okay.
And they got a lot of that stuff still out there. We got pegboard, we got bath paneling. God, you name it. We still got quite a lot of stuff around here.
All right. So people that are interested, they can walk through Monday through Friday.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, walk right through and take your time. And we got a little bit of stuff over in number 1 building too, but most of the real good stuff is in this building, and so you can come anytime. It's never outdoors, so everything's undercover.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask. You may have it tucked away
Absolutely
somewhere.
Not. That's right, and we're still in business ordering stuff, so don't shy away from getting your roofing or your siding or some special entry doors or silver-line windows. We can do that till we quit.
All right. So you're not limited to what you have in stock, as Winston just said.
Absolutely not.
You can do some ordering. Oh, that's good to know.
Right. Anything that can be ordered, we're still doing that. We just ordered a roof this morning, actually. So kind of a crazy time to be buying roofing, but he says, I got to have it because I ain't got no roof.
Well, you never know. Prices might go up in the next few months, so you can at least get it on board, stick it away. That's for sure. And including the stuff that we just talked about, doors and windows, they can be purchased and stuck away for a few months.
Oh, sure. I got plenty of room now. I'm starting to open up some holes in the warehouse. Probably the only thing that we're getting a little short on is 3.0 entry doors. I got quite a section of 2.8 or 32-inch doors. I got quite a few of those still in stock.
Sure.
The 36 inches move pretty well.
Good. Right.
But we got a few more we can hang, so if you want, we probably get a slab. We got 20 of these really high-end doors that, are going for 1/4 of what they sell for. But they're really all pre-finished, and we'll hang them in a frame for a little bit more money. But you can buy one of those pre-finished doors for the same price as you was buying a bare door 6 months ago. So take a look.
Yeah,
Some really
definitely.
nice doors out there.
It's worth their time, our listeners' time. Stop by and check it out at Budget Lumber. So you open Monday through Friday.
Yep. Finally, we're open till Wednesday this week, but we'll be back to normal on Monday next week.
Okay,
for sure.
Monday. Okay, yeah, because here we are into the new year. So 50% off continues during the month of January.
It does.
And stock is getting short at Budget Lumber. All right, Winston Oakes, the owner, gives us his bi-weekly update. We'll do it again in a couple of weeks and see how things are going.
Yeah, good. We'll be lucky to talk to you again.
All right, Winston, thanks for your time today.
Thanks.
As a conversation I had earlier this week with Winston, and kind of sounds like towards the end of the conversation, they will reopen on this coming Monday. So be sure to get in there and check it out. It is 6:54. We're pushing 10 degrees below as we speak at our Route 302 broadcast studios, heading for the mid and upper teens. Checking out the weather, compliments of your friends at Farmway in Bradford. Plenty of free parking with their open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, Fridays until 8 p.m. They're also online at VermontGear.com. In Bradford, Farmway invites you to shop their in-stock Lazy Boy furniture. Farmway has plenty of styles and colors to choose from, something to fit everybody, including pet-friendly fabrics. Check the prices, you won't be disappointed. Shop in a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere, and if you don't see it, Farmway can order it. Delivery and removal is available. Just ask about the rates. At Farmway, they take immense pride in offering a wide selection of top-quality brands in footwear, clothing, camping, and hunting gear, furniture, and gifts. Shop locally in Bradford at Farmway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, highs from the mid-teens to around 20, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, slight chance of a snow shower, lows from 0 to 5 above, Saturday, mostly cloudy, slight chance of an early snow shower, highs in the mid to upper teens, northwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. Updated weather brought to you at this time each and every Friday by Farmway in Bradford. Be sure to stop by, check it out. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 5:30, Friday 8:30 to 9, and Saturday 8:30 to 5:30. Closed Sunday and major holidays at Farmway right there in Bradford. And what do you think about the cold temperatures this morning? About 10 below right here at our Route 302 broadcast studios. We are heading for 15 to 20, maybe 20 degrees for a cold day today and cold day tomorrow, actually. We'll have more details when we chat with Mark shortly after 7:30 this morning. Meanwhile, we're getting set to take a break for just a bit, and then a conversation that Joshua Smith had recently with Batchelder Carpentry. That's coming up in just a few minutes right here at Your Country.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Hunter, a sophomore from Mascoma Valley Regional High School, is sharing Wise Words.
For us to give consent, we need to know what we are saying yes to, and we need to feel safe. For our yes to truly give permission, no has to be a safe option. There can't be any negative consequences for saying no. If someone threatens to break up with you, ruin your reputation, or hurt you, does it feel safe to say no? If someone makes you feel guilty, or says that there's something wrong with you because you don't want to, does it feel safe to say no? If someone is much older, more popular, or in a position of authority, does it feel safe to say no? Consent means that both of us feel safe in making our own choices. What are some ways that we can make sure our partners feel safe saying no?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives. To learn more, please visit our website, wiseuv.org.
At Bobcat of Woodsville, they'll help you dig for success with a variety of Bobcat equipment, plus attachments, accessories, and replacement parts, including tires, tracks, filters, and lubricants, all backed by factory-authorized service that you can depend on. Bobcat of Woodsville understands that you rely on your equipment for your livelihood and success. Make Bobcat of Woodsville work for you. Visit Bobcat of Woodsville, 4942 Dartmouth College Highway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, varying amounts of clouds and sunshine. There could be a stray flurry. Cold, highs in the teens, a brisk west wind. Tonight, periods of clouds not quite as cold, lows 0 to 5 above, a few sub-zero readings in the cold spots. And for Saturday, periods of clouds mixed with intervals of sun, highs again on the chilly side in the low to mid-teens. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you. We're moments away from chatting with Mark. Get an update as to what happened during December and maybe an idea of what's happening this winter. That's all coming up shortly after 7:30. We'll check the information with Mark and find out what actually is going on. Meanwhile, this weather brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment, and they can help you power through winter. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is, as a matter of fact, at Woodsville Power Equipment, they can help you out. Also, a Bobcat of Woodsville on the lot. They got plenty of information to help you with sales, service, parts, repairs, rental equipment. They're knowledgeable people. And, of course, Milwaukee Equipment, which has been added recently at Woodsville Power Equipment. They're easy to find at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway. And you can also give them a call at 603-747-2322. We're coming up 18 minutes after 7 here at Your Country, WYKR. And, we're well below zero. And most areas in our listening area are also at least about 10 degrees below us as well. But we're heading for the mid and upper teens today. That is an updated look at the weather for the weekend brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment.
We are excited to have back in the studio Steve Batchelder and Tonya Palmer from Batchelder Carpentry.
Good morning. Good morning.
So we're excited. So this is now, we're smack dab in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
And so winter projects, you guys are working on some winter projects?
Yep, inside stuff mostly. We did do a door a few days ago. That was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, inside projects right now are great. We got some lined up. We have some slots available for, late winter, early spring. Yeah, now's the time to reach out, get it done, or even spring projects for sure.
Absolutely.
So I had a friend who lives in Las Vegas and knew him from college, and he talked about how in Las Vegas, every house there is basically no older than 50 years old. It's all brand new houses there.
Yep.
And contractors out there don't realize how good they have it compared to the fact the houses here in Vermont, New Hampshire, are some of them are like over 200 years old.
Correct.
Yes.
They've settled in for a long time. The doors are funky sizes. The windows are either painted shut or that's just how they are. And so one of the things that people talk about with Batchelder Carpentry is that you guys kind of, I wouldn't say specialize, but you love finding these delightful challenges when you find someone trying to replace a door in some of these old houses.
We do. We definitely do. Old houses can be a lot more work, but they're a lot of fun. It's a good challenge. Like you said, nothing square, plumb.
No, ever.
You know,
Nothing, ever.
A regular popping a new door in your house, and usually it would take a couple hours on a brand new, newer construction build. But, you get into an old house, you could have up to 2 days and you're just replacing the front door with reframing or notching into beams, or it can be pretty frustrating in the moment, but when you get it all said and done, it's a fun project at the end.
It is.
And is that because just the houses are so old, they're settled, and the wood isn't necessarily cut to suit? Or
exactly, yeah. I mean, nothing's plumb, nothing's square. The openings are funky because, like you said, a lot of times it's old rough cut beams or old hand hewed beams, and it may vary a quarter of an inch and 3 inches on the bottom of that beam. That's your door header, So if you're trying to level your door and try to get it plumb, sometimes you can't plumb things. You just got to make it match, and that becomes a challenge as well because doors are designed to be square, plumb, and level. So yeah, it can be fun.
So it sounds like the Batchelder Carpentry, you've never turned down a challenge when it comes to some old houses.
I can't say that we have actually. No, and we got some more coming up in the future.
Yep,
we got
absolutely.
another old house over in Newberry. We got some more potential work in. So yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily say you specialize in old houses, but you do like working on old houses.
We do. Yeah. And another thing about old houses is, a lot of times with old buildings, you run into lead paint or, lead in different building products. And we are RPM certified to do renovation, repair, and remodel and painting services within that scope. And there's certain guidelines we got to follow. But and just a reminder that there's a difference between the renovation, repair, remodeling, or the RRP certification than a lead abatement contractor. It's two totally separate licenses in both states, Vermont and New Hampshire.
So Tonya, what's the difference between the two?
The RRPM part of it, we have specific guidelines on how to change things in removal of these certain lead things. And then abatement is
completely taking everything.
Completely removing everything.
Yeah.
And then again,
two different.
With the RRPM, you're only allowed to remove a certain amount of poundage of waste per project, whereas abatement, you can go in and rip the whole dang house down.
All of it
that's
down.
What it took. Yeah.
And that's the one where they put in these big giant plastic sheets and all that stuff.
Yeah, we do that for RRPM work, but on a smaller scale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's so many guidelines to it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But after taking the course, it makes sense. Why it is so specific.
Right. And so also too, Tonya, is I know when you guys were on a couple of months ago talking about the snow retention system. This is the time that people are looking at ice.
Yeah.
It is, especially after this last ice storm.
Ice snow retention systems or snow guards are great products. They're very helpful, whether you got an entryway or vehicles parked out in the yard that the snow could fall on in the ice. Now's the time of the year people think about it, but spring and summer are the best times to install that. Because that way you're not up on a slippery, icy roof doing it. But now, if you're thinking about it now and, just make a note of it for yourself and reach out to us. And reach out to us now, and we can try to make a plan for spring or summer.
Right, excellent. And you're one of the best contractors out there. In 2026, you guys growing? Going to have like a fleet of vehicles now? You're hiring 20 new employees, or
not quite yet. We'll see we'll see what spring brings, but yeah, and we we'd like to thank all our previous and past customers over the last couple of years and this past year
very much.
For making everything moving forward, and look forward to continue working with everyone in the future.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much, folks.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you again in February. Any final comments?
Just reach out for all your projects, vtcarpenter.com, and schedule your work today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We've been talking to Steve Batchelder and Tonya Palmer from Batchelder Carpentry. Learn more about them at vtcarpenter.com.
Thank you very much.
So I don't know. Anyway, that's Morgan Wallen. It's 7:30, almost 7:31. Good day to you. It's the Happy New Year on the second day of January 2026. Time to check out those birthdays and anniversaries brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. Looks like we've got 5 birthdays and an anniversary today. So let's get started with happy birthday wishes to Brenda Jewett, Jennifer McGovern, Pat Thayer, Brandon Gray, and Wesley J. Nelson. And our happy anniversary wish is to Richard and Tammy Jo Clifford. And that's it on our local birthday anniversary show, brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford, where if you need an insurance quote or have insurance questions, all you have to do is talk with the Swenson Insurance Agency. And also thank them for bringing you birthdays and anniversaries every single day of the year at about the same time, right around 7:30. Today's Friday, January 2nd, 2026. Happy birthday to Wesley J. Nelson, Brandon Gray, Pat Thayer, Jennifer McGovern, and Brenda Jewett. And happy anniversary to Richard and Tammy Jo Clifford. It's the second day of the year. It's January 2nd, a Friday, 2026.
In many areas, wild animals are a serious traffic safety concern. Stay safe with these tips. While driving, scan the road and shoulders of the road ahead. Look for yellow road signs warning of high danger areas. Use extra caution when traveling during dawn and dusk. Animals are most active during these times. At night, use high beams if there's no oncoming traffic. Be on the lookout for reflecting eyes. Remember, deer are herd animals. Where there's one, there's usually more nearby. If a collision is unavoidable, apply the brakes and steer straight. Let up on the brakes just before impact, allowing the front of your vehicle to rise slightly, reducing the risk of the animal striking the windshield. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is a family-owned business that has been serving Vermont and New Hampshire since 1960. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. All right, 7:34. We head to St. Johnsbury and say Happy New Year to Mark Breen.
Happy New Year to you, Stephen, and to everyone.
Yeah, indeed. All right, let's find out what just happened to us during that month of December. That was a cold one.
It was, and so one of the things it's typical at the end of the month to kind of do some summing up of that, and but also it's the last month of the year, so I've got some facts and figures from 2025 as well.
All right,
and I thought it was, for one, it was pretty interesting that this December was actually the second coldest of the century.
Really?
Well, of course, the century isn't that old.
Yeah, true.
For those of us of a certain age, we often would say something like that, but in the 80s or 90s, that actually had quite a lot of significance. Obviously, we've made it 1/4 of the way through this century, so at least for the first quarter of the century, definitely on the cold side. Average temperature here at the museum for December is 25 degrees, and so this year came in at 20 degrees. Again, I had to go back to 2017 to find a colder December, and then just before this century, it was also in the teens. Let's see, that was the year 2000. Technically, 2000 is not this century, it was last century. So fussy little details, but the bottom line is, yes, it was a cold month. In fact, we had that cold weather early, which was also some of the earliest cold that we had seen in about actually 30 or 40 years. So no question about it. December, cold, and also snowy. ended up with 25 inches of snow here at the museum. Again, the average a little lower than that. We usually average around 17 inches of snow for January, so that shows up pretty nicely as well in terms of being a cold and a snowy December. So definitely, one of those Decembers, I in some ways, I think people sort of expect that as though that were the normal. But again, we're using those longer-term averages and really getting, I think, a pretty good sense of where it stands in terms of those kind of months. So anyway, we got that in terms of just the statistics for December. But then I was looking at the year in general, 2025, and that was also it basically broke a trend of some very warm years. So starting in the year 2020 and right on through last year, not 2025, but 2024, every one of those years was in the top 10 for warmest years on record here at the museum. And that, of course, that goes along with the global temperatures, which have been warming anyway. So, I don't suppose that would be too unexpected. But this was the first year that it didn't break into the top 10 in the past 7 years, actually, it turns out. So a little cooler, just in the terms of long-term average for the entire year. We had a seasonably cold winter last winter as well. But I think the big news, the big headline, of course, the lack of rainfall. So what surprised me was if you look at 2025, just as a year, we had 33.5 inches of rain. We average 36.5 inches of rain, so only 3 inches below normal. But it was wet from winter into early spring last year, and we actually had a relatively normal November and December. So it's that in-between, essentially the summer. The summer was the second driest on records, so 2025 definitely, making notes that way. And it was also the biggest contrast in terms of summer precipitation. Of course, 2024 was the wettest summer on record.
That's right.
And then we went almost to the driest summer on record just in 1 year. So just a crazy turnaround that way.
And no idea what's going to be the summer of 2026.
I wish that I could. I wish I could say, oh, well, that just means, right there is a great example of what I would call weather chaos.
Yeah.
It is always different, and that's actually something that it shows up on our weather records. Right. Is that in fact, I was just talking the other day. My son-in-law was visiting from Alabama. Of course, they don't see much snow, so my grandkids had quite an introduction to both snow and ice and cold, which was great. But we were talking about the fact that some years, this time of year, we'll have 2 feet of snow on the ground, but some years it can just be barely coated with snow, and so there's always that variation from year to year. I often hesitate when somebody says, "Oh, well, that's our usual winter." I'm not sure there is such a thing as a usual winter around here.
That's so true, isn't it? All right, so January, February, March. Any idea what you have in computer models, maybe?
Yeah, so of course we use computer models. They're a great tool to be able to try to figure things out. But one of the things that's going on this year is that the ocean temperatures are kind of neutral. They're not really warm, they're not really cold. And the reason that's an important thing is that it means there isn't anything to really latch onto. There's no obvious trend one way or the other. So another thing that I've always used, because I don't have a supercomputer to calculate all these things, but also just as a basic, sort of forecasting process, you can use past years. You can compare what's happened in the past. Let's say it's a dry fall or a wet fall, and what does that mean for the upcoming winter? Those kinds of things. So the one thing that I'll say is that there are a lot of similarities to the winter of 1984-85. including a cold December, which we just had. It was an even colder January, although there was this brief mild spell in January of 85 before it really turned cold in mid-January to mid-February, a very, very, very cold period. I'm not saying that's going to be the case this year, just making note that this year's been running similar to 1984-85. It stayed cold that February, by the way, but it warmed up pretty quickly in March. And that actually fits in with this very old weather saying that if you have March in January, you'll have January in March. In other words, if you have a warm January, it'll turn cold in March. So the opposite, if it's a cold January, it'll be warming up in March.
All right. Well, I guess keep you busy there in St. Johnsbury trying to figure out the weather the next couple of months. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Breen is with us. He's the head meteorologist, has been at the Fairbanks Museum for a long, long time. Did I read recently that the Earth is going to be closest point to the sun, even though it's winter here?
Yeah, you are right.
What's that mean? What's going on?
So tomorrow, we call this perihelion. That's its name.
Okay.
It's when the Earth reaches its closest point to the sun. So some folks may remember from their science classes in school that the Earth doesn't go around the sun in a circle. It's what we call an ellipse. So it gets a little closer and a little farther from the sun. So like this, stretched out circle. And so the winter is when we're at our closest point. Now, that doesn't seem to make sense with, obviously, the cold temperatures and so forth, but it's not how close we are to the sun, because the difference is only a few percent. The difference is that the Earth is tilted. And right now, the North Pole is tilted away from the sun. So the sun's low in the sky. It's out for a brief period of time, less than 9 hours. And so we have long nights, and the sun is low in the sky, and that's why this time of year is cold, not because of how close we are to the sun. So it seems strange, but that's why it happens.
All right. And the moon looks like it's almost full this morning.
Oh, yeah. I was actually, when I got up, of course, in my early routine, but I could see the moonlight creating this big white spot on my carpet, and it's going, it's bright out there. Yeah. And, of course, it's the full wolf moon, so that'll actually is completely full tomorrow night, but it'll be essentially full for the next few nights.
All right. Everybody continue to be howling mad with this cold weather, probably. All right. Let's find out what the weather looks like for this weekend.
Indeed. Well, we'll start off, obviously, with some sunshine, but there's some clouds out there, and I think those clouds are going to increase a bit during the day today. But all in all, pretty quiet day, not much happening. Temperatures will recover to the teens above zero. Then tonight, with the periods of clouds, it won't be quite as cold as it was last night, holding generally 0 to 5 above. I think a couple of cold spots will drop down below zero. And then tomorrow, again, a fair amount of clouds, some sun, a cold day, low to mid-teens. Saturday night, there'll be some clouds, and as a result, I think a few snow showers will get squeezed out. We may see a light dusting, light coating of snow Saturday night. Temperatures will be hovering either side of zero, and those snow showers move out on Sunday. Just another cold day. Temperatures will be in the teens with some periods of sunshine.
All right, heading into the first full week of the new year.
Yeah.
A lot of great information. Mark, we certainly appreciate it. Stay warm this weekend.
Why, thank you, and you too.
All right, thanks, Mark. Talk to you next week.
Right.
Bye-bye.
You bet.
Yeah. It's 7:44 moments away from chatting with Laura Nelson, LC Design Concepts. I do want to remind you, we get a lot of great conversation, a lot of comments in regards to the conversation we have each and every week with the Fairbanks Museum. It's brought to you by Hatch Lane Farm, of course, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, and Profile Meats, located on Route 10 in North Haverhill. Don't miss breakfast and lunch. It's served every day at Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights in North Haverhill. Their weekday specials and daily soups will be available during the winter months. They do take-out catering, too. Sandwich platters, breakfast platters, crocks of soup, casseroles, and meatballs, to name a few. Seasonal items are available, but many of them go fast. Don't forget to enjoy breakfast and lunch at the locally owned and operated Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, located on Route 10 in North Haverhill.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: varying amounts of clouds and sunshine. There could be a stray flurry. Cold. Highs in the teens. A brisk west wind. Tonight, periods of clouds, not quite as cold. Lows 0 to 5 above. A few sub-zero readings in the cold spots. And for Saturday, Periods of clouds mixed with intervals of sun, highs again on the chilly side in the low to mid-teens. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Thanks, Mark. We're like double digits below, 10, 11 degrees below at our Route 302 broadcast studios, and some areas in those cold hollows could be even colder than that. Warm up the vehicle, warm up yourself, take care of the pets. It is cold outside. And that's the updated weather. It's brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, where you can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Lauren, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you in this new year?
Oh, lovely. I got a bit of a cold, so I'm, playing it safe and staying home and calling you to do the interview today instead of coming down there. But
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's funny with the weather report. It's like kind of when you get to zero, or below zero, who cares what the number is? Just say it's cold.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah.
Lauren, haven't been into
taking the dog out this morning.
Cold, right?
Yeah, well, taking the dog out, it's cold out when the snow like squeaks under your shoes.
Oh yeah, and you don't stay out very long, and the dog doesn't either, right?
No, she gets her business done, and we get back inside.
All right, let's talk about 2026. You have a brand new location. You finally got settled in there back in November. I'm sure you probably got a few more upgrades that you're doing in the new year and beyond. But what's it mean for you and also your customers in the new year?
I'm very excited about the new showroom space. It's finally coming together. Next week will be the last 3 new displays will be arriving. So hopefully by mid-February, everything will be put together and put away in its final place and all that. So I think what it means is there's more displays for people to take a look at. I think there's better lighting in the space. So when we're picking out your cabinets and your countertops and hardware and all that, there's better lighting, I think, in that showroom overall to be able to be more accurate at what you're seeing and, make sure it's actually going to look like that when you get it installed in your house. So that's exciting. I also have more space, so I've got more samples. We've got more hardware, display boards, just a more complete space than what I was able to do in the smaller space in Wells River. And also renting in Wells River, there's only so much you can do in terms of walls and layout. So owning the new building means I can do more with it. So I'm excited about that, and also the warehouse space.
Yeah, it seems perfect for you. And like you said, more natural light. You've got like your garage door that opens up for your deliveries, and you've got bigger doors into your showroom as well. So a good space there, right there on Route 10 in North Haverhill. In regards to,
I love it.
Yeah, in regards to getting material, if somebody ordering a new kitchen, bathroom, any of that stuff, what's the turnaround time for goods?
Right now, it varies on what product line. We've got stuff that is coming in about 2.5, 3 weeks, and then I think the longest is about eight or so weeks with shipping. So it's really not that bad anymore. I mean, during the height of COVID, the company with the 8-week lead time, they were out to almost 24 weeks at the height of COVID when everything was just going nutso. So 8 weeks is pretty doable. That's pretty common these days, and it's also helpful in terms of preparing the job site and doing demo and getting everything set to go. Having more set lead times is a good thing. So most of the vendors I work with, if they say they're delivering the week of January 5th, they're going to be there the week of January 5th. So we can plan the construction at the house around that, work back from there and say, okay, well, 2 weeks before that we need to start demo and then do the new floor so that the week the cabinets come in, they can get installed and all that. So that's something that I don't always talk about, but I work with the contractors and the homeowners to work on the timeline and make sure, we're going as quickly and efficiently with as little downtime as possible, because as anyone that's remodeled knows, you get to a certain stage, usually it's like the second or third day of the new cabinet install, you're kind of like, why did we do this? I hate this. Like, let's get this done. You're sick of doing dishes in the bathroom sink or in the shower. So having the project go as quickly and smoothly as possible is key.
Yeah, and there's such an expense that's involved, especially with the kitchens and bathrooms. So it really makes sense. You have a really good contractor, and you also have LC Design Concepts in your back pocket, right?
Yes, and we work as a partnership to make sure it goes as smoothly and as you have the most comprehensive, complete costs up ahead. You know, obviously, with construction in older homes, you can find a few surprises in the walls, but we usually try to plan for some sort of contingency factor in the cost, just in case.
Mm-hmm. So in regards to, not really giving, your customer a quote, but you can come in pretty close and then add, another 10% to it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you do it?
I try to hold back.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, people need to understand that entering into a kitchen or a bathroom, big project, redoing it, it can add up pretty quickly, can it?
It can. And having done it many times with people, I sort of know the ins and outs at this point,
Sure.
so I can steer you towards what all the surprises probably would be.
All right. So there is, you could go less expensive or as expensive as you want. Sky's the limit, I assume.
Yes, that doesn't happen very often. Usually people have a budget. I would
Okay.
love it if someone came in and said, spend whatever you want.
Oh, boy, that would be fun, Lauren.
It doesn't happen, though.
All right. So
But we can be very respectful of your budget, too.
All right.
So
Yeah. So here we are early in 2026. The biggest thing, if people are thinking about doing this, is get you in for the free measures and then get the ball rolling, I assume, because you're talking a couple of months out. And once you get your contractor and stuff, it's going to be longer than that. So anybody that really starts getting after it right now, you're talking into mid-spring.
easily, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and summer, honestly. So, yeah, if someone's interested in doing a project, now is the time to start talking about it so that we can sort of coordinate the schedule with materials and contractor and all the subcontractors that need to be a part of it.
And I assume, too, even if they aren't really ready to do anything, but they're right on the fringe, they think they want to, it's a good idea to start talking with you as soon as possible.
Exactly. We can get all the legwork done and say, okay, we know we need to save up for X, let's do it.
Okay.
In the fall, let's do it next winter, whatever it may be. But getting all your sort of ducks in a row so you know exactly what you're going to be spending
Sure.
and saving towards is a good thing.
All right, Lauren, let us know your location and phone number and where we can find you online.
Yeah, we're at 2858 Dartmouth College Highway in North Haverhill, right next to the North Haverhill Fire Station on Route 10. And Google us, lcdesignconcepts.com. We're on Facebook. Definitely call 802-477-2428 or shoot me an email. All that info is on the website. If you're interested in stopping in, I'm in and out of the showroom a lot for measures and deliveries and all that. So I encourage people to get a hold of us ahead of time to schedule an appointment to make sure I'm there to meet you and show off the new all the new displays.
Yeah, even like we said, even if you're not thinking about doing anything, but kind of on the fringe, be sure to stop into a new location. It's really bright. It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
Of course it is.
I love it.
All right. Well, hope you feel better.
Thank you so much. Everyone have a good weekend.
Thank you, Lauren. Happy New Year.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, she's got a little bit of a cold, so lots of times she's live in her studio, but she called in this morning so that she can rest up and also keep the rest of us healthy, so to speak. Thank you. 7:56. I'm Stephen John and friends right up until 9 o'clock this morning. Lots still to come in the next hour. Take a break here. We'll be back in a moment taking a look at the weather forecast again. Compliments of Ricker Funeral Home. But first, here in downtown Wells River, you can stop by Tuttle's Family Diner and enjoy chop suey with garlic bread today, or the Montshire Farm mushroom Swiss burger with French fries or tater tots. How about the roast beef wrap with lettuce and tomato, cheddar cheese, horseradish mayo with chips and pickle? That's a tongue twister. Haddock sandwich with chips and pickle is also available. They have a cup of soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. It's available. And how about manicotti with garlic bread? And by the way, their soup is tomato cheddar. Those are the specials that you can order, or you can also go to the regular menu at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. The updated weather forecast, we're going to take a look at that for you in just 1 minute. So coming up in 7:58, we take a look at the weather, this time around being brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated, where the staff members are caring and experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. For additional information, you can call them at 603-747-2717 or visit the website rickerfh.com. A family-owned and operated business since the early 1900s, Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care, Woodsville, is dedicated to the communities served in the upper Connecticut River Valley of New Hampshire and Vermont. The staff is caring and experienced professionals who understand the importance of personal requests and family traditions. Ricker Funeral Home will assist you and your family with the dignity and respect your loved one deserves. For additional information, visit their website at rickerfh.com or call 603-747-2717.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, varying amounts of clouds and sunshine. There could be a stray flurry, cold, highs in the teens, a brisk west wind. Tonight, periods of clouds not quite as cold, lows 0 to 5 above, a few sub-zero readings in the cold spots. And for Saturday, periods of clouds mixed with intervals of sun, highs again on the chilly side in the low to mid-teens. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Mark, thank you very much. Updated look at the weather forecast at 10 degrees below zero, by the way, is brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated. And understanding the benefits of pre-planning has prompted many to take the step to plan their own arrangements with the Ricker Funeral Home, either in person or online at rickerfh.com. For additional information, give them a call, 603-747-2717. Getting set, check out the 8 o'clock news right here at your country, WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, and W286DE Wells River, 105.1 FM. It's 8 o'clock.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Stacey Lynn. Rising tensions in Iran prompt President Trump to issue a warning.
The escalating protests in Iran are over the country's economic crisis. At least 7 people have been killed. At 3 a.m. Eastern, President Trump posted on Truth Social, "If Iran shoots and kills peaceful protesters, the U.S. will come to their rescue. We are locked and loaded and ready to go." An advisor to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei responded on X, warning any interventionist hand that gets too close to the security of Iran will be cut. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Crews in Cron, Montana, Switzerland have the excruciating task of digging through the rubble of a massive bar fire that killed at least 40 people and injured more than 100 others. CBS's Ramy Inocencio is there.
At least 24 people are still missing. The bar is hidden behind a white barricade. A police cordon is around that. And one survivor said he saw how the fire started, saying that one staff member climbed onto another's shoulders with bottles and birthday sparklers.
Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro says he's ready to talk with the U.S.
The U.S. government knows, because we've told many of their spokespeople, that if they want to seriously discuss an agreement to combat drug trafficking, we're ready. If they want oil, Venezuela is ready for U.S. investment.
Through an interpreter, he said he believes the U.S. wants to force him from power and get access to Venezuela's oil reserves. There are major concerns about coastal flooding out west due to the king tides. Joe Stoffers is in charge of lifeguards in Monterey, California, and says they're warning surfers.
We were watching out for anyone that gets in a dangerous area and kind of posting up in certain areas where we know that the tide and the swell and the conditions are going to make it hazardous.
The king tides are the highest high tides of the year, which occur when the gravitational pulls of the sun and moon align during new or full moons. College football's Final Four is set. The Ole Miss Georgia finish became an instant classic in the Sugar Bowl with 2 reviews and 2 extra plays in the final seconds. But Ole Miss was victorious, and head coach Pete Golding is thrilled.
It's a super tough group. They got a lot of grit, and they love playing football. And they're not tired of it. So just really, really proud of the group and the effort that took place tonight.
That means Ole Miss will take on Miami. Oregon will play Indiana. At stake, it's a trip to the national title game. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hear that?
That's Mike. He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZzzQuil Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
4 minutes after 8, let's head to St. Johnsbury. West Ward Auto Repair, providing service that you can trust for over 40 years. They give us an update every couple of weeks. And new owners with Ashley and Brett Trahan. Of course, Brett chats with me periodically. I've chatted with Danny. Dave, you're new to our airwaves. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us. Hey, what are your responsibilities at West Ward Auto Repair?
Well, I kind of oversee the shop and help out with day-to-day tasks. I'm out on the counter, me and Danny. So we write all the repair orders and keep track of the guys and basically just make sure the workflow is going as it should throughout the day.
And what an awesome showroom you have there. We've talked about this many times in the past where people can sit in some pretty nice chairs and they can actually see their vehicle worked on. Pretty nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that big glass window behind us, and you can pretty much see what's going on as long as you're out on that side of the shop.
Yeah, we've got a nice layout there. And, of course, they're located at 1193 Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. It's quite a complex. Hey, Dave, snow and ice can raise havoc with the vehicles this time of the year. Some of the things that you might be seeing in the shop might include what?
Oh, we're getting people coming in with, of course, dead batteries and no starts. One of the biggest, or snow and ice, sorry, the snow and ice is going to be your tires are getting packed full and people are coming in with shakes and whatnot, so we're able to bring your car in, get it lifted up in the air, and get all that snow and ice packed, cleaned out that's been packed into the wheels, because that will really make you think you got issues going on.
Yeah, the cold weather that seemed to arrive early back beginning of December, it also seems like the frost has hit some of the roads already. Potholes and some of that stuff probably can raise havoc with the suspension. Is that also an issue?
Oh, certainly, yeah. We're seeing all sorts of stuff with this cold weather. You know, people are getting clunks and rattles that they weren't hearing before from the potholes because it's rattling stuff loose, and it's been quite the year for sure, and it's early, it seems.
Yeah. How can they take care of air pressure? I know with warm temps, cold temperatures going back and forth, all of a sudden those idiot lights can come on in the dash. What's your recommendation?
So we usually shoot for, if your door, you know, depending on what your door jam says for an air pressure, if it says 33, we usually say go 35 or 36. That way when the cold weather hits, they are going to drop a few pounds, and that way it'll keep above the threshold to hopefully keep that light out for you.
Okay, keep a couple of pounds extra in there.
A couple extra, yep. And
all
obviously, if that doesn't work, come see us.
All right, so that gives us a good transition. Come see us. How can they do that? Can they go to your website and also call you to book their vehicle in?
Yeah, they can call us at 802-748-3636 or stop in. I mean, a lot of times we can, depending on what you got going on, we can take care of you right then and there. So.
All right, hours, Monday through Friday?
Monday through Friday, 7 to 5.
All right, good. A lot of great information this morning. Dave, keep up the good work up there at West Ward Auto Repair.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good day. Happy New Year.
Yes, same to you. Take care.
Thanks. All right, there you have it. As we said, we've chatted with Brett, who's the owner, along with his wife, Ashley. Danny pinch hits for Brett periodically, and then Dave doing a great job this morning for West Ward Auto Repair in St. Johnsbury. Of course, for our regular listeners, remember for years chatting with West Ward, the previous owner, and selling last spring to Ashley and Brett Trahan, doing a great job there at West Ward Auto Repair in St. Johnsbury. We're approaching 8 minutes after 8 o'clock here at your country, WYKR. We'll take a break, check out the latest in the world of sports, also find out what's happening with the weather, and then we're going to go to Bradford and find out what's happening at Margaret Pratt Community right after these.
Today's Patriot practice begins at 11:30. No practice tomorrow. Patriots favored to win over Miami in the final regular season game on Sunday. This is O-line tackle Morgan Moses.
Yeah, every game at this point is a playoff game, so you're always playing for something, and especially towards the end of the season. So we look forward to the challenge, and obviously, they've been hot the last couple of games, and so they're changing their things around, and so at the end of the day, this is why you play football, is line up between those lines and play football.
Morgan Moses, offensive, defensive, special team star Marcus Jones, surrounded by microphones and cameras.
Yeah, it's very important because every week is different at the end of the day. We've played this Miami team before, but then again, this is a whole different, style with a different quarterback, and they're running, different plays and different formations. So making sure that we dial into the details is the most important thing. First thing is, getting a W, this week and then going from there.
Marcus Jones, no surprise, Patriots favored. 4:25 kickoff at Gillette Sunday.
All right, we're updating you on the forecast. 9 minutes after 8. It's being brought to you by Tommy's Auto, which is open at 266 Route 10 in Piermont, taking care of all your vehicle maintenance needs just in time for winter. Here we are into the new year. Winter tires or service. How about chatting with Tommy and making sure your vehicle is running correctly at Tommy's Auto at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. Give Tommy a call at 802-535-2804. Tommy's Auto is now open at 266 Route 10 in Piermont, taking care of vehicle maintenance just in time for winter. Tommy can get you outfitted real quick with winter tires. His inventory is large. Make your appointment now by calling Tommy's Auto, 802-535-2804. Winter tires mounted and balanced. There's still time to get your vehicle undercoated, too. It provides protection from harsh elements of winter by stopping corrosion and rust. Open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30. Now's the time to get ready for winter with the help of Tommy's Auto, 266 Route 10, Piermont.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, varying amounts of clouds and sunshine. There could be a stray flurry, cold, highs in the teens, a brisk west wind. Tonight, periods of clouds not quite as cold, lows 0 to 5 above, a few sub-zero readings in the cold spots. And for Saturday, periods of clouds mixed with intervals of sun, highs again on the chilly side in the low to mid-teens. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, updated weather forecast at 11 degrees below zero under clear sky. It looked like it was kind of cloudy earlier. I don't know if it's clouds gone out or it's cleared out again or what. But hey, when it's usually cold like that, it's usually clear out there. And we have a, full wolf moon, I think that Mark said earlier that we're going to be looking at tonight or tomorrow night. Anyway, back to the specifics, being brought to you by Tommy's Auto at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. Give Tommy a call at 802-535-2804. And maybe you need some winter tires or start ordering your spring tires. Tommy can help you out. Now's the time to get ready for winter and spring by calling Tommy's Auto at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. 802-535-2804. Speaking of 11 minutes after 8, 11 degrees below zero. It's also 11 degrees below in Jamie's truck.
Yes, it was this morning.
How'd your truck like that?
Oh, she wanted a minute to start up, but she's good.
How did you like it?
Not as much as the truck did.
All right, are the residents staying warm at Margaret Pratt?
They are. They've got complete control over their heat, so they can stay as warm as they want, actually.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Yeah.
All right, so let's find out what 2025 looked like at Margaret Pratt Community. What'd you do?
It was a big year for us.
What's it?
We got our bus. That was a huge game changer. So the field trips we can go on, Clark's Bears, the fair, the parades, ice cream trips, right? We've got all these great creamy stands.
Yeah.
Lights. We've been looking at Christmas lights at night, taking some drives. So, that was a big game changer for us. And we've seen a lot of activity out in that back patio. Yeah. The garden's 2 years old, and we've really lived in it this year.
Good. What are the comments about the new transportation you have there?
Oh, they love it.
I'm sure.
They can get on and off.
Sure.
Because it's a game changer for folks with walkers and wheelchairs because maybe they couldn't have gone before, but now they're totally accessible to them.
You get to drive them around?
We do.
Awesome.
So there's a few of us who are specially trained, background check licenses, all those sort of liability things, but it's a really fun day when you get to go on a field trip.
All right. So it's hard to look at the whole year for 2026. A lot of the stuff you just mentioned, you probably do again.
Of course.
Some of they look forward to year after year.
Absolutely.
But early in 2026, some of the things are on the docket.
Yeah, we've got a couple more field trips coming up. We've actually been talking about going down to Vins or Montshire now, some of the bigger places that they want to go to. So we've made a wish list.
Okay.
So a couple of places have popped up for us.
Vin's quite a trip. That's from Woodstock Queechee area, right?
It is. We actually have some folks who lived over in that area. So
Okay.
sometimes our field trips are going home and watching, the community you lived in roll by.
Travel over the Queechee Gorge.
Yes.
Oh, good for you guys. All right. Let's talk about your residents and also people that might have an interest in trying to get into Margaret Pratt. What's the process?
Yeah, so the first step is give me a call. We can get you in for a tour, a lunch, so you can kind of see how the place is. Maybe you bring mom or dad with you. Maybe you come alone if you're one of the kids. Get on the wait list, and then you kind of wait. It's a pretty simple process overall. Sometimes you have a little bit of a wait, but the paperwork it was designed to be easy for everybody to fill out.
So how do the financials enter into this in regards to personal finances and also the help you might get from the state or whatever?
Yeah. So Dr. Barton really envisioned us as a nonprofit right from the start. So we actually work with the Vermont Long-Term Care Medicaid group very closely. So some of our residents are supported by that. Some are supported by their own private pay or long-term care insurances.
Okay. So your capacity at Margaret Pratt Community is
49 residents.
Okay, and where are you at right now?
We got 45. We've got a few moving in next week, but we actually have an open spot we're working that wait list for right now.
What are the choices of rooms? What?
Yeah, you can have a one-bedroom apartment to yourself or your spouse if you're still together, You can have a two-bedroom apartment, or you can have a shared apartment. Maybe your spouse is gone and you're really lonely. You could have a roommate. And when I say roommate, you still have your own bedroom. It's really a two-bedroom apartment.
Okay, so you're talking about transportation. If their resident there is still capable of driving, have their own vehicle, can they do that?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Keep your independence as long as you can.
Okay.
It behooves all of us, really.
All right, what about age limits?
55 plus. So
Okay.
you've got to have had your 55th birthday before I can technically move you in. Right. But our ages range from 65 to 98 and a half right now.
Okay. And then, as we said earlier in the conversation there, some people are not at Margaret Pratt yet, but they have concerns that they might want to be there.
Yep. Give me a call.
Okay, there you go.
Let's educate you. We're going to have some classes in the new year.
Good.
We've actually started running some classes, too, that we invite the public to on some general dementia help.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of our specialty units there, and we really do care for our residents with dementia and Alzheimer's. But it's a lot working in the community, too. So we do a little bit of a giving back situation with some education. So if folks want to get in touch with us or follow the Facebook page, they'll see when those classes are coming up.
So if somebody calls Margaret Pratt, should they ask for you? Are you going to be the go-to?
I'm the go-to.
You are.
Give me a call.
She's been there since they were pouring cement.
Yes, sir. It's been a long 7.5 years at this point. But
good for you.
Yeah, we just had our birthday a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So I assume some of the questions I asked, and there's going to be additional ones that might be available at your website?
100%.
Okay.
Lots of the questions, lots of the business side of it's at the website. A lot of our living and what we actually do kind of comes up on our Facebook page.
All right. Jamie, good to see you. Stay warm. Final comments?
Happy New Year to everyone.
All right. See you next month.
See you next month.
In the new year. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
That's Jimmy Rogers, Margaret Pratt Community right there in Bradford. We're 17 minutes after 8. Another look at the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Lori Riggy, Commercial Loan Specialist at Wells River Savings Bank. What makes a good bank? For some, it's convenience. For others, it's trust. At Wells River Savings Bank, you don't have to choose. For over 130 years, we've been more than just a bank. We've been your neighbors. We know our customers by name and care about the things that matter most to them. From supporting local youth sports and community projects to helping families and small businesses grow, every dollar that stays local helps our communities thrive. Because a mutual community bank like ours, your deposits don't just sit in an account. They go back into the community to make a real difference. Wells River Savings Bank, where community comes first and financial success follows. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's a cold morning, just in case you haven't figured that out yet. It is like 11 degrees below at our Route 302 broadcast studios. And temps that are heading for maybe 15 to 20. Temperatures in the mid to upper teens they're calling for here in the YKR listening area. We're going to check out the weather forecast for the listening area. It's being brought to you by PTO's Repair, now located at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh, just 3.5 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford and right around 2.5 miles north of Fairleigh Village on Route 5 at 802-222-6152.
It's getting crowded around here. PTO's Fisher Plow dealership is moving to 2320 Route 5, Fairleigh, Vermont, just 3.6 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford. Our new phone number is 802-222-6152. New address, new phone number, but the same great service. Stop by and see us. PTO's Repair, 2320 Route 5, Fairleigh, or on the web at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, varying amounts of clouds and sunshine. There could be a stray flurry, cold, highs in the teens, a brisk west wind. Tonight, periods of clouds not quite as cold, lows 0 to 5 above, a few sub-zero readings in the cold spots. And for Saturday, periods of clouds mixed with intervals of sun, highs again on the chilly side in the low to mid-teens. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, 21 minutes after 8. Greg Hodge at Valley Floors in Bradford. He is the window covering expert, right, Greg?
Well, I'm the window covering. I don't know if I'm the expert, but I try to be.
Well, you do the measures, and you also do the installs. It doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, I do everything from the get-go. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, this is good stuff. In the wintertime to kind of keep you warm, and in the summertime to keep you cool. So
exactly.
Let's find out how good these things are, Greg. You've been doing this how many years?
I've been doing it pretty close to 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, privacy goes along with these as well, doesn't it?
Privacy goes along with these. You know, people don't understand that, the shades, they are expensive. I won't say that they're not because they are. But, if you have old windows or even new windows, the honeycomb does the insulating value, which is awesome. A lot of people like the solar screen, which you can see out, but people can't see in.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of different options. We've got a great showroom with a lot of different things on display. So I encourage people to come in, have a look, and talk with me, and then we set up a time for me to come out and measure and do the estimate, and then I do the install, and I'm the one-stop shop, I guess.
I guess, compared to the regular, box store-bought stuff versus what you have there, it's kind of hard to describe unless people really stop in, like you said, wouldn't it be, Greg?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they can buy stuff from a box store, but the problem is if something goes wrong with it, you take it back and, I've, in my, talking to people that have done that, they have a really hard time returning it. And if you come here, it's just one person you're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's just me. So it makes a huge difference.
I would think it would, especially, Greg, if you're going out there to do those measures and then you're installing this for, most of the time. You know what the product is. You also know what the customer is.
Right. And it was a great year last year for the shade business, and I hope that I think that this year is going to be just as good.
Excellent. So the product that you sell, what do you got? 3 different choices? Is that it?
I've got Norman, Graber, and Hunter Douglas.
All right, that is 3. Okay,
yeah,
good.
And I've got a great display, like I said, in the showroom. And besides, if they come in and look at shades, they can go through the whole store and look. They've got just a ton of inventory. So yeah.
We're pretty fortunate to have Valley Floors. If people haven't been in there for a long time or they've never been in, be pretty amazed, wouldn't they?
They would. Yeah, we have a lot of people come in and go, oh, my God, I didn't know you guys sold this or didn't know you sold that. And, yeah. I mean, we do the shades, we do the shower glass, vinyl tile, carpeting, area rugs. Yeah, we do a lot.
I've heard it's one of the best in New England, isn't it, that showroom?
Well, I'm not sure of that because I don't look at all that, but I know that we do a really, really good job on everything. So.
Right. Yep.
And we've got a really great staff, knowledgeable, and They know everything from the ins and outs, and yeah, so it's a great place to work. I love it here.
Yep, Valley Floors is online everywhere. All you have to do is get online and do a search, but better off
Absolutely.
to call Greg in advance, because if you're out doing a measure or doing an install, you might not be there.
Yeah, just leave me a voicemail or send me an email, and I'll get back to you, and we'll set up something.
Okay, so let's see, at 802-222-9611. And
Correct.
What are your hours there?
We are here from 8 till 5 every Monday through Friday.
Okay.
No weekends, but Monday through Friday. And like I tell people, that if you can't make it during the week, I'll meet you at nighttime. I'll meet you on a Saturday morning at, not like, especially during this time of the year.
Well, everybody has different schedules, and looks like Greg's going to
exactly.
help you out.
Exactly.
Well, Greg, we look forward to our next conversation in 2026, and a Happy New Year to you and everybody at Valley Floors.
You as well, sir. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, there you have it. Greg Hodge knows his stuff when it comes to window coverings and Valley Floors. Give him a call in advance. That way you can, make sure he's going to be there when you stop by their beautiful location right there next to the traffic light in Bradford. All right, we'll take a break again, and during that break, we'll make a phone call and hopefully get Liz Shelton, the owner of the Party Store and Everything But the Cook, in just a minute or so. All right, here we are into the new year. Let's find out what's happening at the Party Store and Everything But the Cook. Liz Shelton, good morning.
Good morning.
And a Happy New Year. How things go in 2025 for you at the store?
We had a wonderful 2025.
Good to hear.
Awesome. It was a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of growth in the store. Just want to thank everyone, all our customers and friends for their continued support. Feel very blessed, very lucky to have such good people, especially the people I work with. We had a great time. It gets pretty crazy in there, and every year everyone comes back and helps me get through the holiday, and I really appreciate all those people that help me, especially my husband and my mom. So they've been very good filling in when I needed it. So some of the highlights of this past year, I always like to listen to what people are asking for if I don't have it, and my rule is if I've been asked 3 times, then I know I need to have it. So this year's cutting boards were a big topic. People are reading about microplastics and the plastic cutting boards, and should they replace them. So I spent a lot of time, actually ran out of alternatives to plastic cutting boards this year. Had to reorder 2 weeks before Christmas and was able to get them back on the shelves. So I just like to let people know that's what our job is. We're there to help explain and give you alternatives to products that are being replaced or products that have been found out to be harmful to you if ingested. So this year's big topic was cutting boards. We do carry an alternative to plastics, and we do have plastics. I tell everyone those lines you see on your cutting boards when you're cutting, those are a good thing, not a bad thing. Whether it's that you're using wood or you're using a wood product or plastic, you do want to have a forgiving surface for your knives. So I encourage people, if they want to come in and talk about them, we have some alternatives. Things you do want to stay away from are the stainless steel cutting boards. I had several people in during the Christmas season talking to me about, did I carry them? And no, I do not carry them. We do not recommend them. They do not have a forgiving surface, and so that is going to dull your knives very quickly and just not good for them. Some other topics this year were cookware. Spent a lot of time explaining cookware and alternatives to nonstick. We do carry ceramic coated. We have cast iron. We have cast enamel. So we sell a lot of cookware in January and February. People upgrading, changing, replacing. We do carry sets, and then we have open stock. So if you just need to replace one item, we probably can help you out with that. That was a hot topic this Christmas. Also, the bread is huge, and bread making and bread machines. We do carry basic bread making materials, and then we carry bread machines from Cuisinart and Zojirushi. We have a lot of choices in the bread machine genre. So if you would like to talk about bread machines, we're available. Some sale items that are still going on and that we've added to the 8-quart Dutch oven, the ovals from Le Creuset. Those will continue on promotion until the 31st of January. The 8-quart is usually $4.75, and it's on sale for $299.99. I think I have just about all the colors. They are sold out. I ordered doubles and triples of most things, so we're still in good shape for that. The 4-quart round Staubs Dutch ovens I will have on promo to the 15th of January. And then knives as of Wednesday, the 31st, I only had one knife that was still on sale, and that was the Westhoff Asian utility knife. And I'm sure that I will be getting phone emails today saying what the promotions are for the first half of the year. We are going to have Christmas clearance starting today, 50% off laying Christmas cards and calendars, 40% off Christmas ornaments and decor, and 50% off selected Yankee candles. And I just remind people the services that we offer. We have dry cleaning. If you need to have dry cleaning sent out, it needs to be in the store no later than 5:30 on Mondays, because I leave very early on Tuesday morning to drop it off. It can be dropped off anytime in the store, but the soonest it will go out is that Tuesday. And then it comes back the following Tuesday. We offer knife sharpening and then tuxedo and suit rentals and sales. And I'll be headed to Atlanta in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, and I'll do the bulk of the shopping for the year for the store. I shop for 7 days straight from 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. So
oh boy,
that's what's going on in my life.
All right. So do you think we'll chat in a couple of weeks, or will you be on the road?
No, I'll probably be in Atlanta, but we can talk when we're in Atlanta.
All right, that will be exciting.
I'll give it a try. All right.
I look forward to it. Well, you stay safe, on your travels, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Thanks for the update. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Liz Shelton, representing her family stores in Woodsville. It's 8:34 on a Friday. It's the second day of the new year, January 2nd. A good morning and a Happy New Year to you, and thank you for joining us. Stephen, John, and friends, right up until 9 o'clock. A lengthy conversation we had with John Bouffard and Kuba Kubkowski at Cottage Hospital. We'll be listening to that momentarily, but first we'll be updating you on the weather, and then we'll also be listening to that conversation. So we hope you can hang around. Wicked Good Dairy Delights takes this time to thank you for your patronage in 2025. They look forward to serving you with numerous new items in the new year. Owned and operated by Hatchland Farm, the store is an outlet for many of their own products, plus numerous other local items and a great selection of food and gift items. They also have a breakfast and lunch counter, and the grab-and-go cooler is always filled with a variety of items. Wicked Good Dairy Delights is conveniently located on Route 10 in North Haverhill. And now an update, a look at the weather for the listening area. It's being brought to you by House Right Construction, which is located at Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common. They're also online at houseright.net. You may be thinking about building your dream house. You might be looking at a piece of land and need to know if it would be a good building site. Perhaps it's time to renovate a bathroom or to create cabinetry for your entertainment equipment. From crafting a house that nestles in the landscape to creating a cozy kitchen fit for a chef, House Right Construction has the professional know-how you need. Housewright offers technical expertise and old-world craftsmanship, along with the old-fashioned business values of integrity and accountability. Whether you ask them to join you as your general contractor or want to consult with them at the earliest stages of your project, since 1985, Housewright has brought a wide range of experience as a home builder in New Hampshire and Vermont. Large or small, they look at projects holistically, considering functionality and aesthetics. And they will be as dedicated to your project as you are. Housewright Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at housewright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: varying amounts of clouds and sunshine. There could be a stray flurry. Cold. Highs in the teens. A brisk west wind. Tonight, periods of clouds, not quite as cold. Lows 0 to 5 above. A few sub-zero readings in the cold spots. And for Saturday, periods of clouds mixed with intervals of sun. Highs again on the chilly side in the low to mid-teens. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Thanks, Mark. 10 degrees below, and there you have it. Updated weekend weather. Compliments of your friends at Housewright Construction, located on Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common. Online at housewright.net.